Good day to our friends in the Philippines, the Carmelite Seculars. We will continue with our series of talks about the declaration of the Carmelite Teresian Charism, and we are now at number 14. The title is Entering into Oneself. As usual, before we proceed with the commentary, let us first read the text. Quote, "Unfortunately, it is possible and even frequent to spend one's life outside oneself in externality, appearance, and superficiality. For there are many souls who are in the outer courtyards and don't care at all about entering into the castle, nor do they know what lies within that most precious place, nor who is within, nor even how many rooms it has. We must return to ourselves to discover the riches that lie within us. First and foremost, the guest who dwells with us, the otherness from which we come and towards which we are going. Returning to ourselves means learning to listen to the inner dialogue that takes place within us, the fundamental relationship on which our being is grounded. It is by seeing ourselves in Him that it is possible to enter fearlessly into ourselves and face the darkness, wounds, and conflicts that are part of our identity. Well, now, it is foolish to think that we will enter heaven without entering into ourselves, coming to know ourselves, reflecting on our misery and what we owe God, and begging Him often for mercy." End quote. Those who are teachers, I suppose you know more about classroom management, how to control the students, how to manage the class. One of the most important elements in managing a classroom is the audience. You have to know your audience. You have to know their attention span. How much time will they be hooked up to your discussion? Their attentivity. An attention span refers to the time a student or a person can focus on a particular activity before losing focus or losing interest. Their focus and attention on the task at some point will be diverted away to another source. This attention span does not only exist in the classroom, it also exists in real life. Many are still distracted by many things they see outside and cannot focus on what they want with their life, and so they do not want to make any decisions. They do not know the direction. They do not have the courage to make a final discernment. They are more focused on externality, appearances, and superficialities. Santa Teresa described them. They remain outside of the courtyard and they have not attempted to even enter the castle. Why? Because they have a short attention span. They have not really pondered on what is the meaning, what is the essence of life. It is not a question of the age, because it is possible that you are already old and you are still not matured in making decisions. How many elderly people you see even in the religious life, that even with their age, they still are not that matured. They would still react many things about how life is lived on a daily basis. On the other side, it is possible that a young religious or a young person is already matured. as in the case of many of the saints like Saint Teresian and Saint Elizabeth of the Trinity, and so on and so forth. Spiritually, some people, they are still adolescent. They still easily get distracted. Let me enumerate some of the most common distractions in life. When the person is busy chasing one's ambitions, when the person is obsessed with perfection, when there is an emphasis or an overemphasis on the accumulation of possession, or when the desire of wealth become the main preoccupation of the person, when there is an exaggerated need to be famous, to be known by others, and when there is a constant pursuit in the fulfillment of pleasures. These are some of the distractions, to mention a few of them. The consequence, they never bother to enter within themselves. They never attempted to engage nor to listen to the inner voice. This person is missing a lot in life. Don't you know that to have God within you, locked in your soul, don't you know that He is your original setup, your default configuration as a person? If you do not go back there, you miss the opportunity to have a glimpse of what heaven is. Santa Teresa of Jesus says, "It is foolish to think that we will enter heaven without entering into ourselves first, coming to know ourselves." By entering within, not only will we know God, we will know ourselves, our miseries, our limitations, and our weaknesses. This is the movement in the spiritual life. The two are always proportional. The more you get to know yourselves, the more you get to know God. The more you advance in trying to know God, the more also you advance in the self-knowledge of who you are. The verb used, if you are very keen in the declaration, in noting at the declaration today, is to return to ourselves, to go back, to return. What does it mean? We go back originally because we belong to God. That is our default setup. May we recover the attention span in life. May we be more attentive to that someone who is waiting for us within. May we enter there more often. May we return where we rightfully belong. There, or should I say here, we experience God's presence and His love for us. Here, we find a glimpse of what heaven is.